Welcome to Getting Clean on the Prairies. Today I'm going to talk about my first experience with winter sowing in milk jugs. So winter sowing is a method of starting seeds outdoors in the winter. Using milk jugs, you start off by poking some holes in the bottom for drainage, cutting them halfway up through the jug, about all the way through, just leaving a small hinge at the handle. And then you take some good potting soil and put about 2 or 3 inches in the bottom and add a generous amount of the seeds that you want to plant. Put a light layer of dirt on them, keep them moist or moisten them again. Tape the jug shut with some duct tape and just set them out in the snow and just leave them there. I did some lettuces, herbs, flowers, and some vegetables. About 35 jugs I planted up. And as the temperature warms up, the seeds will have gone through a stratification process and thaw out, and the milk jugs act as a mini greenhouse, and hopefully you will start to see some germination in your jugs. And they can get a bit dry in the spring as the weather warms up, so make sure you keep them moist. And I think in about early May is when I started to see some sprouting happening in some of my milk jugs. And I had about a 75% success rate this year. So here's some of the lettuces that I planted. These turned out probably the best out of all the stuff that I started. I did some romaine, some arugula, some butter crunch lettuce, and some kale, spinach. So these, I opened the tops off and let them harden off for a few days. And they are ready to go into my garden. So I'm going to plant them into my raised garden bed. So these lettuces have been hardening off for a few days and they're ready to go into the ground. So I just moistened the soil in the milk jugs a little bit so they're easier to pull out of the jugs, and just try to gently separate them as much as you can, and then planted them into the soil. So I think I found this a pretty successful first time for winter sowing, and I will probably do it again next year. Maybe not as many varieties of seeds. I will stick with the lettuces and the flowers and the herbs. They worked out really well. And I hope that you found this video helpful, that maybe you will give winter sowing a try. It's very cheap and easy to do, and it gives you something to do in the winter time when you're bored and anxious for spring. So thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe.